Hello and welcome to our introduction on God's original plan for restoration and maintenance of our health. And our God is so loving because when He created the man, He had already prepared for him everything that he needed for his maintenance, even before sin. God made sure that He made everything that Adam needed for his existence. From day one, he separated water. Then he made sure that that water was good for his use. So every day he was doing something in order to prepare for Adam's happiness as he lived in this and on that unfallen world. But even after sin, all those things that God created, He maintained them. He never removed them from the Garden of Eden because He knew that they would still maintain His health. And in case if it goes bad, those things would still restore his health. So our God is so caring, He is so loving. He cannot restrain anything that we need because He is always thinking good of us. And that is why we are going to see about His original plan that He had already made for the maintenance of health. And even after sin, the original plan that he still maintained of restoring back our health if it gets bad. So those things that God created, they became simple agencies of nature that do not tax or deliberate the system through their powerful properties. So if you use those 8 things that God gave us, your body is not going to be poisoned in any way. Their powerful properties will cleanse the system. It will get stronger and stronger. So by using these remedies that God gave us, the natural remedies, you get stronger and stronger. And another thing we thank God for is that they are easily available. And one of them is already written in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 29, which says, "And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for food." So God created nutritious things and gave them to Adam for his maintenance. So that is His love to us. God doesn't want us to rely wholly in prayer in order to be healed. He wants us to cooperate with Him so that we may show our faith in Him. Also, by cooperating with Him, that will also make us know of the mistakes that we did until we became sick. So there are mistakes that needs to be rectified. And if you don't rectify that mistake, even if you take whichever medication, you may not get better because our bodies are systematic. If you do this wrong, it affects a certain system or a certain process in the body. So we have to cooperate with God. It will also remind us of what we did to get sick and of the great amount of energy that is expended to get well again. If you do if you commit yourself in a certain thing, you get serious about it. But if you just ignore about that activity, you may not get that help. So by cooperating and by doing whatever God has enabled us to do, we are also learning to avoid mistakes. So it's very important that we cooperate with God. Then we also obtain a knowledge of what not to do in order to avoid all of this pain and suffering. We'll always be reminded, I did this and that. Maybe I didn't take enough water, and that is why my body is reacting in this or that way. So you start taking water. You won't ignore it again. So it is the plan of God that we cooperate with Him whenever we need His healing. So don't like miracles a lot. Miracles are not bad, but sometimes God does not want us to receive miracles because we might get arrogant. He wants us to cooperate with Him so that we may know it is by cooperating and it is by obedience that we enjoy His promises. Remember, the Bible is full of God's promises, even about health. And whenever we don't obey God, his promises are not fulfilled in our lives. So even in the book of that John chapter 1 verse 2 says, Beloved, I wish you that you may prosper in good health, even as your soul prospers. So as much as you earn a lot of wealth and material things of this world, and you don't have health, you cannot be happy. That is why our God is wishing us that we may have good health. And for us to have that good health, we must cooperate with him, because praying and not doing anything, that is not faith but presumption, and that is not what God hates most. Faith, the Bible says that faith without work is dead. So you must have faith, and also you must cooperate with God by doing what you can do in order to uh, to get his promises. So these remedies that God gave us, the natural remedies that God gave us, they make a very good name, an acronym. If you write the word God's plan going downward, each letter is going to stand for a certain remedy, and each of them is very important. It makes the word God's plan if you write it going downward. And letter G stands for golden sunshine. Letter O stands for open air. Letter D stands for daily exercise. Letter S stands for simple trust in God. Letter P stands for proper rest. Letter L stands for lots of water. Letter A stands for always temperate. And letter N stands for nutrition. Each of these is important, and it is to be used or to be done daily in order to enjoy our good health. Whenever you are able to perform something, it's not good you ignore it. So these 8 remedies are provided through nature by God. So you don't have to pay for them. Remember, our God is so loving, and anything that we need for our life to be maintained. For example, air. If you are paying for air every day, I don't think we could be surviving, because it must be very expensive. So that open air is very important daily. Use it, have it daily. Open your windows, your doors, then make sure you spend the most of the day outdoors so that you can get that moving air. So 8 of them are important, and they are to be applied daily in our lives in order to enjoy their benefits. So they have also got characteristics, and the first one of them is that they cleanse the system. Why do they cleanse the system? Because they have got powerful properties. Remember, everything that came from the heart of God is very precious and very perfect. Maybe we may have marred some of them through our human activities, but our God is still gracious. He still maintains some power in them through his grace. So they cleanse the system. For example, if you take water, it will cleanse your system from unwanted uh, uh, things that may get into your body. So water is very important, and it is to be used with regularly for you to benefit from it. So if you take a whole week without taking even a glass of water, then you expect to be in good health. That is just presumption. You have to use enough water for you to enjoy that cleansing power. So they most of the times, if you use them well, they don't poison your body, because they are naturally provided. They have nothing. Maybe some of them may have been added artificial things, like now the nutrition part of it, because nowadays we are doing our farming with a lot of chemicals, but some of them, they are not mad. So property number 2 is that nature's processes are gradual. Those remedies work gradually in your body. So you may not, if you are not patient, you may not benefit from them. So you have to be patient, you have to cooperate, you have to have that consistency in using them in order to benefit from them. If you just use for one day and expect immediate benefit, that one is not going to be possible. So you have to be patient for them to work, because they will work gradually, providing what you don't have in your body. And once that thing is provided, the problem you are experiencing about your health is going to be removed. Another property is that they require more skills. You don't just do anything about them. You have to be skilled on how to apply them. For example, uh, sunshine is very important, but you have to bask in the sun in the morning before, from morning until maybe 10 a.m. in the morning, then from 4 p.m. going onwards. But in between 11 a.m. and 9 and 3 p.m., it is very dangerous to bask in the sun. So you have to get you have to be skilled in order to benefit from these 8 remedies. You don't just do them as you wish, or as you know. You have to seek knowledge on how to apply them, so that to benefit from them. The next property is that you must have confidence in them in order to benefit from them. They requires confidence. If maybe you in your life, you know that the only way to get, maybe to get well again from a disease is just maybe by medication, you may not benefit from them. The best thing to do is that you use your medication, and then you also apply these 8 remedies with confidence that they are going to improve your health. But if you don't have confidence, they are not going to benefit you, because you won't have that consistency. So you cannot benefit from something that you don't have confidence in. You can't also follow someone you don't have confidence in. So whenever you don't have confidence in anything, it will not add up anything in your life. So it's good, as you use them daily, have confidence, be patient, acquire more skills on how to use them. For example, like water. As much as water is very important, there is a way of taking water. You don't just use water at any time. For example, you should not use water as you take your meals. That one we are going to discuss in details when we reach at that remedy about water. So you should not take water with your meals. And again, you should not take water immediately after your meals, because it will be harming you more than helping you. So they require skills. You have to acquire that skill, and that way, by doing those things, by following those characteristics and properties, that is the only way you are going to be benefited by the 8 remedies that God gave us. So I believe we are going to look at each of them at a time. We cannot look at all of them at a go, because they have their own details. For example, golden sunshine, there is its benefit, it's how to use it, also how it can help in certain ailments. So we will be looking at each of them, and I believe we'll be following those videos, because each of them is very important to your health. Even if you are not sick, you need them in order to maintain your good health. So be watching out, so that you may get those new videos on those 8 remedies that will maintain and restore your health back to normal. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching. Thank you even for sharing and uh, telling others about the importance of their health, because that is why we were created, that we may be of help to each other, so that we may improve the lives of those who are around us. And that is why we are doing these videos, so that we may inform people on how to live well, and that they may get strong and even give God glory in their lives, because that is why you were created. Thank you.